Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. It is Monday morning again, and today I've decided to share another wee video with you because I really enjoyed doing the last one, and I have really been missing school, and I've realised that one of the things that I'm missing the most is reading stories with you and getting to share lots of great books. So I've decided that that's what I'm going to be doing today. I have got a story here. The title of the story is My Monster and Me, and the author is a lady, actually two ladies, called Nadia Hussain and Ella Bailey. Now, just by knowing the title of the story and looking at the illustration, the front cover, could you make a prediction about what you think this story is going to be about? Who do you think the main characters in this story are going to be? I think I've got a good idea. Now, what I could do is I could read the blurb on the back, and that would give me a wee sneaky peek about the story and about what it's going to be about, but I'm not going to do that because I would like you to make a wee prediction instead. Okay? So I'm going to move in a wee bit so that you can hopefully see a wee bit better. This is my monster, and this is me. I've always known my monster. It's always been there. It knows all about me. Maybe my monster arrived when I did. Maybe it moved in when I learned to walk and talk. I don't remember. It was always big. When it stood in front of me, I could see nothing but its huge tummy. At night, when I lay in bed, I could hear nothing but its ginormous, growly snore. Oh, and there he's there, going a big loud snore, and he doesn't look very happy, does he, to be woken up by that snore? I wanted Mum to take it away, but when Mum was there, my monster hid. I wish my brother could take it away, but my monster hid again. I wanted Dad to take it away, but it hid from him too. Oh dear. My monster got bossier. It started telling me what to do when I was getting dressed and when I was brushing my teeth. Oh, this doesn't sound like a very nice monster, does it? When I wanted to play with my toys, it sat on me. I don't think I like this monster at all, not one bit. It even made me stay indoors when my friends came to play. I wanted to go out and join them, but my monster stood in the way and wouldn't budge. Oh my. One day, my monster was waiting for me after school. It was gigantic, and it was in a bad mood. I tried to lose it, but I couldn't. Look, he's hiding behind a wall. I think I would be hiding from this monster as well. It followed me all the way to Gran's house. Gran asked me what was wrong. In the end, I told her how my monster just wouldn't go away. It wouldn't leave me alone, ever. Gran listened quietly. Oh, and he's got a wee cup of tea. And suddenly, my monster stopped what it was doing and listened too. It seemed to me that as I talked, my monster got smaller and smaller and smaller. Then I knew that I could make my monster go away. Oh, and he's pointing, it looks like he's shouting and saying, "Go away." Look, it's tiny. The next day, I saw my monster at school. It looked a bit lost, so I picked it up and I put it in my pocket. I stroked his fur and it went to sleep. It wasn't as scary anymore. I don't worry about my monster so much these days. I go to school and play with my friends. My monster likes it in my pocket, and I feel okay knowing that it's there. But if it ever feels like getting out, I tell it to behave. My monster is part of me. We've known each other since the beginning. This is me, and this is my monster. Now have a little look at that. That is very different from the start of the story, isn't it? Look at that tiny little monster. And the reason I wanted to share this story with you today, boys and girls, is because I know that we all might have little monsters, little worry monsters just now, because lots of things are different. We're not at school, we can't see our friends, we can't see our family as much as we want to or as we're used to. And sometimes we can all get little worry monsters, we can be thinking about it. And sometimes a little worry monster, just like in this story, can turn into a gigantic worry monster. But I wanted to share something with you, a wee secret that you might already know, like we learned in this story, is that monsters, worry monsters, don't like it when we do what? They don't like it when we tell somebody about it. If you tell somebody about your worry monster, it can go from being a big huge worry monster to a little tiny one. So that's what I would like you to do. If you are worried about something that is going on, I want you to maybe tell your gran, like the boy in this story, maybe tell your mum, maybe give your best friend a phone, maybe give your, I don't know, your auntie or your uncle, or even me. You could tell me, because worry monsters don't like it at all when we do that. And we want our worry monsters to be small. It's okay to have little small worries, but what we don't want is big gigantic ones. And that is boys and girls and mums and dads and teachers and policemen, and everybody gets worries, so it's okay to have them, but we just don't want them to get as huge as the worry monster got in this story. So I hope you enjoyed that wee story as much as I did, and I will hopefully speak to you again soon, boys and girls. Alright? Thanks for listening.